Hello everyone, and welcome to the start of a new Let's Play. Welcome to Yukimo Village. This is Monster Hunter Portable Third. Now, if you aren't familiar with Portable Third, well that's probably because it never actually came out outside of Japan, to my knowledge. And saying that, as you can clearly see, we have some English dialogue on this thing, so to throw it out there right now, I'm emulating this because I did not feel like stumbling through my playthrough of this in Japanese. This game is available on the PSN, the Japanese PSN anyway. I'm pretty sure on PS3, but it could also be for Vita, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% on that. But this is a fan-translated ISO that I have. It is about 90% translated, I would say. Basically anything that's required for progression, story, and things like that is all translated. Stuff with like items, materials for making gear and whatnot is translated, so it's pretty easy to figure your way through that. And that's why I've decided to go with this. It just overall I feel it'd be a little easier to follow. And feel free to pause the video to read these if I'm not giving enough time for that, because this game, like most of the other classic Monster Hunter games, don't exactly have a whole lot of in the way of story overall. But I actually did not mean to do that. This is the hot springs, and the hot springs itself in this game is the replacement of the kitchen. There is no eating food, however there are drinks, which this guy handles, although we're not going to talk to him just yet. We're going to leave. I can't leave. I think I have to talk to this guy. Alright then. Alright, so I have to talk to you to find out how to leave, instead of just being able to leave. Thank you, game. So I'll go over what everything in here is pretty much after this. We're going to go talk to the chief first. Or the village elder, I should say, not the chief. So welcome to Yukimo Village, everyone. If you've played Monster Hunter Generations, or potentially even the upcoming Generations Ultimate, that is almost... well, I'm recording this at the end of July, so that Generations Ultimate will come out at the end of August, from what I understand, like the 25th or 28th of August, something like that. But Yukimo Village was featured in Generations, and for good reason. Like, honestly, a little bit of screen tearing there, it kind of looked funny. But this game is probably one of my favorites out of all the classic ones, and it actually introduced a lot of really good mechanics that didn't show up until Generations again, I believe. Like, a lot of what was done in here was not present in 3 Ultimate, which is actually a game that came out after this one originally. So, how was the hot springs? Yep, this place is actually known for their hot springs. And it's actually a shame that in Generations you didn't actually get to go into the guild hall there and go to the hot springs itself. But you at least had a little foot bath. And so, like other Monster Hunter games, we're new in town. We're going to be their new resident hunter. And they have some problems they want us to help with. And this is the cat lady. This is actually, I think, the first game that had a lot of use with the cats specifically. I don't remember, honestly, how in-depth Freedom Unite was with the cats, which is kind of sad because I played it on this channel well, I'd say not all that long ago, but it kind of was that long ago because, oh god, Persona 5 took a long time to finish. So, these are pretty much like all the others when it comes to the cats here. However, can you let me get to the menu, please? Okay, our first 2 are free, which is nice. And this game actually allows us to have multiple ones, so we're actually going to go through tendencies here. And no, not tendency. Character? Yes, character. I want to recruit pacifists in this thing because I would prefer my cats this time around to not attack and just focus on healing and buffing, which is what I tend to build them up to do. That's just my preference. So here's our item shop. Again, feel free to just pause that and if you want to read it. So I'm not going to bother doing anything here. Here is our armory, which once again, not all that handy. Although currently I can buy some better weapons that I currently have. I have like old and rusted old weapons, kind of stuff like that, run down, not all that great. And I can buy better versions, but I can also upgrade them to what I can buy for pretty easy. So here's our blacksmith. And he's just telling us now their stuff are kind of dull, so he can upgrade them with a few things. And of course, this guy is new to this game and vanishes basically until Generations. So just like in Generations, this is the Palico's blacksmith. Anytime you craft gear, doesn't matter if it's from monster parts or ores or whatnot there, you will gain scraps. You can use those scraps to make gear for your Palicos. And very much like Generations, actually, it works the same way. So I can also create scraps from materials that I have, look at the list of stuff there, and I don't have any scraps, so I can't actually make anything. I also don't have any Palicos, so I can't make anything for them anyway, I believe. And this guy here... Okay, that had nothing to do with the guy. Hit square on this egg here once per quest, you can search it, and I got lucky and got an egg right off the bat. Usually you don't find anything, but there's a thing here. And of course there's a Pookie sitting here that I notice. And like the other games, this may or may not boost your luck. I think it's honestly just I think it's just superstition that it boosts your luck by successfully doing that. But you just wait for the point in the song where it kind of tapers off and you see the exclamation mark pop up again above Poogie's head there, and just hit circle from there and go. And this guy, he's our farm person. We are going to buy upgrades for our farm from him. We also exchange our points for stuff here, so works exactly the same as it did in Freedom Unite. And the few extra things we're talking about here is the Palico board. So unlike Freedom Unite, all of the stuff you do with your Palicos, training and whatnot, you'll actually do from the farm. So that'll be a thing later. But here we go. This is the best farm, in my opinion, in any of the Monster Hunter games. And I'm counting that straight up into their current ones as well, like Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, as well as Generations, and even into Generations Ultimate, and furthermore even into World as well. They've all kind of changed from 3rd gen on, from like 3 Tri and 3 Ultimate. They went away from the farming thing and turned the farm into more of an item duplication rather than like a farm. And that definitely has its merits, and I understand why they made the change, but I miss this. I miss the old farm style, and largely because of the stuff that they have in here. And Portable 3rd here, the farm in Yukimo, by far is the best iteration of the farm that they've ever done. And I will stand by that. So as he's explaining here, we have the field insect trapper, there's a mining point, and a fishing net. So in previous games, you've had pretty much all the same things. However, the fishing was a pier. You'd go off on the pier and you'd actually manually fish like you do in hunts. The bug spots as well were a manual thing where you'd go up with a bug net and search them a few times. And the mining points are basically the same. I can go over here and get a couple of free hits for apparently some armor spheres and whatnot. So this is just like most of the mining points you'll find early in the game. You'll get 3 to 4 hits off of these, and as you upgrade them, you'll get more points like more mining spots unlocked. But the insect gathering and the fishing has been majorly overhauled and upgraded in such a good way. So it's now a trap. You can read these if you'd like, but I'm basically just going to paraphrase this. You can use honey to basically act as like a fertilizer and get more stuff here. But you can change the bait. I only have the one right now, and I don't have any honey to add. But basically, after I come back from a quest, I'll be able to check this, and it'll just be like a rewards box, and it'll have some bugs in there that I can get. The same thing is done with the fishing here. You just go over here and hoist the net up, and here's a screen of fish, and that is the fishing in here. Right over here, we don't have it yet, but I'll eventually upgrade it to get a sort of a fishing minigame, sort of. You'd use your palicos to go out fishing with bait, and the Yukimo egg that I picked up outside of here is very useful for that, for getting a couple of particular fish. There's the field here that I have nothing I can plant yet. This will become a honey thing. This big tree in the back will become a kind of fun palico minigame for more insects. And right over here we'll end up getting a giant barbecue spit eventually. So yeah, that's everything in the farm for now. It will upgrade as we go, and I'm actually going to put some stuff away real quick. And that is basically all for the moment, so I'm going to just do a quick cut here. I'm going to organize my equipment the way I want and set myself up for the run, and I'll see you back shortly. Okay then, now that that's done and dealt with, you can see I've got a hunting horn on my back. Like my Freedom Unite playthrough, I'm going to be using 3 different weapons, or 4 different weapons, 3 melee and then 1 ranged. I'm going to be using the hunting horn, dual blades, switch axe, which is new to 3rd gen. It came up in Try. It's back here in Portable 3rd. It's been in every game since it showed up, so it's a pretty cool weapon. We'll be seeing that later. And for the ranged weapon, I'm going to go with a light bow gun. And so this guy, clearly, he's just the guild guy here. Go ahead and pause this if you want to see, but he's just basically going to say that, hey, this is the guild stuff. You can play multiplayer quests here. There's low and high rank. And then there's this other guy over there, and then the hot springs. So, yeah, that's pretty much all this is talking about. And I'm going to be doing a lot of work in here off camera. And is this guy... No, he's not going to say anything now. Okay, so that guy, he has quests. They're all considered multiplayer quests because they're in here, so they're harder than village quests. But this guy he has quests for the upgrading the hot springs as well as adding new drinks. And drinks replace food essentially. So let's go very quickly in here and talk to the drink vendor. So this place is known for their famous drinks. Just like eating, you can only have 1 drink before a quest. Every now and then you'll get a free voucher from him and your next drink is free. But these have... You're gonna let me actually look into this? Yes, he should be. Alright, yeah, he's explaining the drink maximum. So these are what I have available now. Not a whole lot. But as you can see on the left, they vary. So attack up, defense up, defender, you know, things like that. And then of course there's skill sets. Where's my skill info circle? So all the skill sets have a random skill in it that will potentially activate based on the stars, the chances here. So you have no idea or no way to proc a specific skill off this list. So this is why I think this like the drinks aren't all that great, if you ask me. I don't like the system. I did not mean to drink that. Thing to note about this game. Okay, I got Blaster and Balancer. I have no idea what they do, and nor do I really care. But this game, because it's Japanese in origin, the default commands for this accept and cancel essentially. Accept is the circle button and cancel is the X button. I'm used to that being the opposite because in North America they defaulted the other way around, and like that's hardware in there sort of thing. If you're playing a Japanese PSP or a Japanese PlayStation or whatnot, and everything you do in all the menus by default, circle is accept and X is cancel and go back, where in North America it is reverse. So that is going to screw me up very, very often because I'm jumping between playing Monster Hunter World, and playing Monster Hunter Generations with a friend of mine. So I'm going to get screwed up with that, and I didn't actually mean to drink that. But now that all this is said and done, we've toured around here for like almost 20 minutes. Let's at least do a single quest, shall we? And if I remember, I'll put a little note or disclaimer or something like that at the front there with the start of all this talk, just to say to skip ahead to this point here. for quests and whatnot. So, they're telling me to go to the school. Why are they telling me to go to the school? Is there some... Oh, okay, here we go. There's somebody else I didn't talk to, that's why. My bad, everyone. So this guy's a traveling merchant. I believe his wares cycle in between quests, and his stuff is generally pretty good. Some of the stuff you can get from him are like tools and bits like that are good for crafting. These are very, very good to have, actually. In fact, I'm going to buy one of those now, and one of those. And do I have... Does he have worms? These are going to be very important as well. Dung bomb. It's not dung. Nope, I can't get anything to use as fertilizer, so I'm going to run to the into my house. No, I'm going to run back to the farm real quick and plant myself some mite seeds, and then we are going to go back to and actually do a quest. So we talked to this guy here, and he's going to talk about the fields. It's basically exactly the same as it was in Freedom Unite. So we're going to plant some mite seeds, and we are now done. No. Start is finishing. Okay, that threw me off. Alright. Now, I did not mean to go home. Actually, I meant to back up, and controls are going to... The menu controls are going to screw me up in this game. So, now that we've talked to everybody... Okay, have we not talked to everybody? Why are you not giving me quests? I'm actually confused. I apologize, everyone. I have talked to everybody. Did I miss somebody? Do I have to go to the practice school? I don't remember ever having to do this before. Alright, I'm just going to leave. Exit school. Yukimo Village. Huh. What the hell's going on? I am super confused. I should be able to take quests. What's happening?
Hi. Hi.
What is happening? I have no idea what's happening. She's... What is happening? Technical difficulties, evidently. See, this person is not translated because she's not important. So I'm going to go talk to the training school, question mark? This doesn't make any sense. Okay. This really doesn't make any sense to me, everybody. I apologize. I don't know why I can't take quests. I really don't understand. Okay. I think that may have been some kind of glitch, because I honestly don't remember ever having to go in and actually talk to them, like, the training school before. But, no. Poogie, go away. Alright, how do you find beginner's practice? Okay. Sure, I don't remember ever having to do that before. But I guess apparently I did? I don't understand. So, we should now be able to go get quests. So she's telling us about everything that we've already walked around and talked about. and she's our quest giver. So, and I just got a bunch of money. So, I apologize for all that, everybody. So, right now, very quickly, we're just going to go into one quick quest here. There we go. Prescription pickup. Yeah. Oh my god. So, if you've been following my, if you followed my Freedom Unite playthrough, way early on in there, I did mention that there's a trick to getting Kelby horns. And it started, they introduced it, I believe, in Try. It's definitely in this game and every game past this, but I'm pretty sure it was introduced in Try. I don't know for sure because I've never played Monster Hunter Try. But, if you're oh my god, I forgot I have to change some controls after this episode is done. And I don't need... Actually, let's take... I forgot this game doesn't give you normal shots built into your weapon. That's kind of funny. Let's take some of this ammo because I will be using the light bow gun. What was this? Oh, right, yes. The Kelby horns. So, normally, you'd go fight Kelby, and you would hope that when you finally do kill them, you can carve the horn. However, if you're using an impact weapon, and hit them with impact damage, you are guaranteed to carve a horn every time. So if you need the Kelby horns, best thing you can do, bring a hunting horn, bring a hammer, even a greatsword. If you use a greatsword, there is a sword slap that the greatsword can do after the overhead chop, or just right from guarding, that does impact damage. So you can get it that way as well. And then also, either the light or heavy bowgun can be useful for doing that as well, because impact damage, you can hit select, as it were. Yeah, it's still select on the PSP, but you hit select and you'll get well, for lack of a better term, the rifle butt that the light and heavy bowguns can do. Does impact damage, so guarantees you carving the horn. I want to be going this way, I believe. And that is going to be... There should be some Kelby in here. Yeah, here we go. And that is... that's it for this quest. I'm going to gather a few points here on the way back, just get some more items, and get some points, basically. So I will see you back at the end of that, as I turn in the quest. Okay. And one last thing I'm going to talk about before we end this quest and then the episode is this guy here. And once again, if you have played Monster Hunter Generations, you might recognize this guy. He's a traveling little palico guy, and you can do some nice things, like, well, put items you've picked up into your box back at, I didn't mean to put that away. Back at your house to clear up some space, and also the quest pouch here. This has been known as the field pouch. I don't know why that. I gotta look at my settings. Just noticed something they were saying about low frame things there. That was my emulator. I don't know why I kept up saying that, but I'm gonna go into the settings and turn that off because I don't want that showing up. But this quest pouch there, known as the field pouch. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Send them all to Yukimo. So that started in this game, was brought back in 4 Ultimate, and was kept in Generations. And then that guy here showed up again in Generations. So a lot of the good stuff in Generations actually started here. So, great game. Seriously, is a very good game. Underrated, unknown, and honestly, it's a shame that it didn't, that this didn't get localized outside of Japan, because this was by far a really good game. So, that is the, that is going to bring us to a close for today. We've been going on for, right now, I've been recording for about a half an hour. I'm going to cut some of this out there. It's going to be a little less for you guys. But that is it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully you'll come back next time to see more of this really, well, more of this hidden gem. So until next time, everybody, take care, you hear?